I'm gonna look in other interfaces because. Alright, let's get it going here. Hello, welcome to my tube, my tiny little tube. I never have it yet. I started this tube. I was just trying to get the number of videos I've done since I started. Maybe it's on here. Hold on, let me look. I can't remember what interface. Where I go to see how many videos I've done. I thought it used to say it in about how many videos I've done. Doesn't say anymore. It shows how many views I have total, like 86,000. But, that's, I don't know. It's better than none. Still, is that, so people, so they can take out edit whichever ones they want? Because I had over 1,400 last time I looked. It don't matter anyway, you know. The stories are in me, and a lot of this stuff is probably redundant information anyway. What, Benno? What happened?
The light startled him when we saw it.
The light freaked him out?
Yeah.
I could see why. Shadows. Anyway. That's, anyway, I don't know. All the stories are in me, and I'll just keep telling them over and over. But the thing of it is, like, when I started this channel, because I'm coming up on my anniversary, so I'm going into my 4th year of doing videos, and it's just been a library of my life, you know, and it's for, like, my nieces. It's my legacy. It's my account, you know. I've done some pretty cool stuff. I've been to some pretty neat places, you know. I got over 46,000 photos in the cloud, you know. I got a lot of practice. Years and years I've been taking photos. So, you know what I'm going to do now? I ain't never been up to the gorge. I live up in north, me and Ma and the critters, and I wanted to do this in Oregon. I wanted to do it in Northern California and Redding, where I grew up, and all these places just wouldn't have us. They just wouldn't have us. Like, the opportunity would not open up for us to be there, and the opportunity that came up, it's all the way in New Mexico. So, it's just so weird, man. It's just so weird. Anyway, the gorge is about 15-20 minutes from where I live. I haven't been up there, but I always wanted to just get, like, a pocket full of camera cards. You know, like 5 or 6, you know. And then, put them in my pocket, like 4 gig. Put them in my pocket and then load up my camera. And then just, you know, because it's a tourist spot. Everybody goes out there and take some pictures of some families and then give them the camera card. And if this is a place they vacation, if ever they come back, or if they live not too far away, you know, and ever we meet again, bring that camera card and I'll take pictures of your family, you know. And I'll fill up the whole card. I can take a couple hundred pictures in an hour. It ain't hard for me to do, man. I got some snap knacks. I post a lot of my stuff up on there. I want to get a desktop. I want to get a desktop because I was spoiled. I was in IT. I was Texas, you know. So we got all the good stuff. Well, we got the pickings through the crap, you know, the best of the cream of the crap. So anyway, and depending on where I live, like, or worked, like I worked at Creighton, you got all the good stuff, you know, because you always get the latest and greatest computers, and you always get every version of every one, because you got to test the technology so you can support the kids. It's a total freaking money laundering and bells and whistles. And basically these days, if you can get your crap to work, then it is so divine. Anyway, I gotta get my lip balm. Every time I hear this song, it reminds me of that 80s, 90s movie called Singles. It's sublime and it wasn't in the movie, but it just reminds me like it should have been in the movie. But anyway. I made cookies today. Sometimes I come up with like, these are my best yet, and it's like, these are my best yet. I should show people. I'm going to show people my cookies. Look at these guys. Look at these. Here, let me put on a... put on a rubber glove, because I don't just eat these. These are like gratuity. These are my good karma cookies, so I give them to people. Look at these. Okay, so today, what is in them? Those are little caramel balls I put on top. I meant to spread them all apart and I take a toothpick and zigzag them, make them a little bit more decorative, a little bit more ornamental. I'm a slacker. I got too many things to do. I'm like, good enough. I think I did it in the first batch. Anyway, so these are... I roasted coconut in them, and then I put Heath toffee pieces, and then I had a little bit of leftover of those Hershey's mini Kiss chips. They're like chocolate chips, but they're Hershey's Kisses, that chocolate in lieu of. And then so what I thought I had, what, I didn't put any cinnamon. And then I put some fire cider powder in there for a little extra spice. That makes it nice. So they land pretty nice. They land pretty nice. They feel pretty good. The last batch, I've only made a couple batches. I did a batch in Oregon I burnt. Or not Oregon, in frickin' Arizona. That sucked. That was like the crappiest batch. I just knew that Arizona was going to be karmic, terribly, terribly karmic for me. Anyway, I didn't dare say these are in contention for top. So they're Heath toffee, roasted coconut, the chocolate chips, and then the fire cider, and then the caramel on top. I want to do a version with caramel and pretzels and chocolate. My own little turtle. Because I am like... Where is it? I haven't done it in a long time. My self-appointed native name, Standing Turtle. I don't use it very often.
That's clever.
I've got it. It's a play on words from Standing Bear. And that lady's going in Henry's defense, and he's Standing Bear, and I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm Standing Turtle, and Standing Turtles don't run either. I've always had a thing for turtles. I don't know, we bugged out a lot when I was a little girl, and then it was just like, I learned to pack light, and then my couch surfing years, before I was in the Air Force, because I never got to have a childhood. It was just always just a series of suck with, silver linings to build my character. But still, man, freaking life was hard for me as formative parts, and, and so backpacks became significant to me. And I got a few, actually. And, Vans. One of them got ripped off when I was in Oregon. Yep, that's what I get for dancing with those spirits. Yeah. Anyway, I cut my hair today. I'm starting to give myself haircuts. I'm trying to learn how. Well, it's not even about learning how. It's just I'm like trying to figure out how to do it without freaking shaving off the parts I have left. Because I get things backwards. And it mirrors and stuff. You know, it's funny. I took a picture because I was like, okay, how close am I getting to the long stuff? See, I'm a hothead. I'm a hothead. I don't know if people know. It might mean different things to different people, but what it means to me is that when I get around some bullshit, that like I flash, and I really get hot, and so but I like having long hair. I have fucking red hair, so this was like my solution because I'm like, dude, I can't have hot because like I get migraines. There's about 3 days out of the month I don't have migraines. And so, and like when I was in the Air Force, I cut it, when I cut it off shorter, I was in Greece. But I had really long hair. Like I could go like this and grab it with my fingers. It was, but it's so heavy and it's so thick and it wasn't worth it. And I just wore it back in a ponytail anyway. So this is my solution, but we'll see. I don't know. But I was going to show the picture. I was like, Mom, check this out. So that's a bummer. I don't know how many videos I've done in my entirety. Oh well, maybe something will roll back and we'll get that freaking feature back or something. What was I looking at? Oh, the picture of the back of my head. I have a halo. My hairline, it does this white halo thing around my head. And it's done it. I noticed it probably back in 2013, 2014. Here's a little evidence of it. I have a halo, but I am no saint. I am no angel. I am no angel, but I have a halo. See it? Here. There you go. That's how my hairline is. I'm trying to show people that it's not the light, that it's actually, that's how my hairline is. It's this white stripe that goes around my head. And then I have this racing stripe right here. Aging is fun! Getting old with Marge! Older. I don't know. See, I could be old because we never know how long we're going to live. So if I'm only going to, God forbid, both of my grandparents were 86 to around 86. My grandpa died at 86. I think my grandma was just turned 85. My grandpa died on 11/11. He died on an 11/11 gateway. He was a Leo, August 6th. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So how people get into their astrology, get into their birth charts, man, it's basically a roadmap of who you are. And then it kind of gives me my planetary alignments are like this. Other people, maybe and then maybe I give them a break. Because maybe people I meet, I'm like, oh, maybe they got some sucky alignments today, too, Be the part of their day that isn't, that doesn't suck. Things are hard for a lot of people, and it's just, the spectrum is so broad, because so many people are just like, new, skating through life, And there's a lot of people that are struggling. We aren't struggling. We are not struggling. No. We haven't struggled because we've always gotten by. We've always, I've been in places I made $72,000 a year, somewhere around like that. Then I moved to Oregon. Nobody would hire me. What do you do? It's all right, because it became apparent that it was more important that I become a work-from-home daughter. Hang out with Mom anyway. Mom was getting too lonely during the day by herself, and I go off on job interviews and stuff and leave her lunch, or go do lunch and leave her food, and or go off and do it, because I used to be able to do day trips and stuff, and then I come back and she wouldn't eat. So gotta make sure she eats. Anyway, sun's setting in northern New Mexico. It's always so pretty here. Mom, did you see it tonight?
Yes, I did.
Are you watching it?
I've watched it throughout the day.
Is that too much?
No.
Can we open the window?
Yeah, but get some fresh air.
I don't have it window cracked. I want to see if I can show, if this shows up. Once. Through the gates. I don't know if it shows up through the gates or not. I'm just going to play around here. I don't know. It looks parallel, right? Perpendicular or whatever. I don't know if it's showing it or not. That was just a guess. See, if I get it, when I get 1,000, I want to get 1,000 by my birthday. My birthday's in a month from today. I'm going to be 47. My brother's like, you're going to be 50. You need to act like it. I'm like, any age I've ever been, I never knew how they were supposed to act. I'm not going to know what this one is. I'm not going to do it. That's why we don't hang out. I scare him. He's bigger than me. Beat the crap out of me. Last time he was over 18 and I was under. Yep. Then made me drive home. My head all because he slammed my head in the ground. I can take a beating. I could I always get up. I do. These bullies, I know what bullies are. I've been picked on my whole entire life. That's why I know how to dodge and duck, and I also know how to talk shit. These people are fucking cowards, man. The world would not be what it is if people were not so riddled with fear. Because people put their own selves in harm's way by stuffing their faces and they're eating their feelings, and whether they're high or low, and I've done it myself. I was almost 200 pounds, but I did the work. And other people should have done the work, and they didn't do the work, and they became gluttons, and their blessings spoiled them. It's a freaking joke, dude. This whole planet is a joke. It's a joke. I can't believe it. Me explaining what happens in the world. Yeah, Ma, you gotta wear these stupid masks everywhere you go. Why? 'Cause of the flu? No, the flu went away. There's no more flu. It's ridiculous because health is wealth, and people, bottom line, let themselves go. They did. And then they want to blame everybody else because they can't be accountable for themselves. I've been there. I've done that. Being accountable for yourself, being self-aware, it's not freaking fun, man. It's not fun knowing that in every situation what my part is, but am I willing to do more? Some relationships are supposed to just stay in the past. Like the place I lived in Oregon, she came in on my chat, never once came directly, called me direct. And I called her direct several times and tried to get a hold of her, message her direct. And she and her friends bust in and talking shit about how I trashed her house and it's unlivable and bullshit like that. I was like, no. Because you had me as my landlord. Live in a house for 3 years without running water. So it wasn't unlivable because you had no problem having me, your childhood friend, and her 67-year mother that had a stroke at 38, living in a place for 3 years without running water. I got a whole folder on Salem, Oregon corruption. The whole reason why I didn't have it. Watch a video called My Account. It's in my playlist, the Salem Greed one. Yeah, we were childhood friends, but evidently our friendship was left in our freaking childhood because maybe if we were friends in the present time, yeah, you invited me over for Thanksgiving that one time in 2017, but then we didn't have running water for 3 years. Gave her $500. I paid $600 because there's a bunch of stuff that wouldn't fit in my trailer that I had to leave in a pile. Just, okay, bye. But I don't have those, like, I learned a long time ago that things are just things. Then I paid a guy $650. He took off $50 for the $400 washer I left there that I couldn't give away. Paid down the $1,300 city bill even after I didn't have running water. It still accrued a $1,300 city bill, and I paid it off before I left, so she wouldn't get stuck with it. But you know, the mind of a junkie. What can you fucking do? I know, I've been there too. I was a drunk though. I was never a junkie. There, by the grace of God, go I. I try to leave things better. I find them. I don't always get it because it's just me in life. You know. I got a couple of earth angels. It was a woman that just watched my videos that donated to me and Mom freaking several $1,000s to help us get to where we are. Because God works through people, and sometimes it's hard for me to remember that because people deny God. They don't want God's love. I don't know what love feels like. I know what it feels like when I love on my dogs. But like people love, it's weird, man. People take people hostage and shit. And it's just like, I don't even want the good stuff because if the bad stuff, it's not worth it, you know. Mom and I had to work through a lot to heal our relationship. I had a lot of stuff to get through and process, and lo and behold, I got to do it. So because now other people are waking up to their experience, to their darkness and their shadow stuff in their life, and I'm like, hey man, if I can get through it, dude, anybody can. Because I was just that little weird kid that got tested for everything, had a little speech impediment, you know, big old pot belly. Because kids like me, we carry our stress in our stomach. Little psychic empath, intuitives, little freaking... We know what people think and feel about us, even our parents. But me and Mom are cool now. We have a lot of fun now. I go out and take pictures, and then I come home and I show them to her, so... She's seen a lot of the world because I've done things like that. So... Anyway... That's the thing, is we were close to being homeless. We were so close to being homeless, and it's just like... That's why Arizona was so scary, because that freaking woman, that little freaking... Whatever, I don't know. I guess think she feels like she... I don't know, but... Dude, her dog freaking bit me, and then she and her daughter freaking screamed and yelled at me for it. And I know that it was like there was trauma and they were freaked out because it was an early bite. And it was just like, dude, all I got to do is call the police and I could freaking own this place. You know what I mean? They were scared because they have a critter sitter service. You know? And it's just like, you think people would be nicer. Nope. Just mean as hell. And then threatened after we got the donation from the nice earth angel. She's like, now that I know that you have that cash, I should just put you out on the street and you could figure it out. And I was just like, I knew that bitch would too. That's where I had learned that I could curb my freaking temper because, see, that's the thing. I've never put my hands on a person out of anger. I've seen it happen a lot. That's why I don't like doing it. And I'm just like, Marge, you're going to be 47. Do you want to ruin your record? Really, you got to make it worthwhile if you're going to soil your record of not putting your hands on unless it's self-defense. Do you want, is it worth it? Are they worth it? And those bitches weren't worth it. I would like to go back one day and get the shit that is still there, that is mine. That didn't make it on the moving truck. I won't. You gotta let stuff go, but there was a helicopter that my buddy Jason frickin' cut out. It's like a Black Hawk. Back in his, I think he's medically retired because he got sick, and it's freaking mattered to me, man. Those bitches. Fucking bitches, man. Leave notes everywhere. Toilet paper allowance. I got reprimanded for using a butter knife after them. Just unbalanced Virgo and Cancer. Unbalanced any freaking sign is nuts, dude. And they thought I had like, Mom and I had like evil, wicked things attached to us and stuff. We're like sages to the point. It just sucked. It just sucked. People are just lame. People are mean. People get hurt and they don't know how to soothe themselves, and the freaking just have to be ugly. I don't care how attractive some people think they might be. The way they behave and the way they are inside reflects just ugly. What do you do? So that's the thing. If it was just me and the dogs, it's one thing, but Mom deserves better. Mom deserves a home. She's had a hard life, The system fucked her over from her birth. She's one of those Native Americans, and she was born with club feet, and they took her out of her home because her parents were young, and they created a system that instead of just fixing the baby's feet, it cost to fix, so they put her in an orphanage because the parents couldn't pay. So she got adopted when she was 3. Didn't walk until she was 4 or 5. She worked so hard to walk. She's grateful every single day that she can just walk. Every day she's just so grateful that she can just walk. And she doesn't make the connection that there's parents and that she has this whole family out there that isn't her adoptive parents. And her adoptive parents are passed on, and she had an adopted brother, and he died in 86. I was 12 that year. Uncle Kelly. Anyway, she's, and when I was born, they cut her uterus in half and took out one of her ovaries. And then to perpetuate that whole imbalance, hormonal imbalance. Yeah, when you cut a fucking woman's productive organs in half, it makes shit unbalanced, and every month things got a little wonky. Caused a lot of problems for us. We had to bug out a lot. Anyway. So, systems have failed her. I'm not gonna. And my whole life, people have been telling me, oh, you deserve to have a life, like I don't have a life with hanging out with my mom, Like I need to make all this income. It's a trade-off because everybody I know that they put their mom in a home wish they had more time with them. I know a lot of people don't have a good relationship with their moms because not all moms have. Hey, and the only reason why me and Mom turned it around is because I turned it around. Because I turned it around. And some relationships aren't worth turning around. A lot of them you gotta leave in the past. Is it orange yet, Mom? No, it's gone. So I think Mom has better sight than I do. I was tripping out today. It was like kind of rain. It was like rainy. It was like trying to rain, but it was windy. And where Mom sits, she has this direct shot out the window there, right? And she could only see like this much, and she's like, oh, look, there's somebody out there freaking walking their dog out there by the white trailer. And I was like, what? And I look out the window, and I was like, what? Hold on. I had to put on my glasses to look out the window, and lo and behold, there was a dog and a person out there playing with their dog in the yard. And it was like, I'm not good at distance. I would say 150 yards. I would say it's a football field and a half. Maybe 2 football fields. See, I'm not good at distance. But I'm like, I don't gotta worry. I said, Mom, if ever I need to go out hunting, I'm gonna take you and you're gonna be my scout. Scout it out, Mom. Yeah. So, and then I got her new. I'm hyper vigilant about certain things, personal hygiene, and I'm kind of a stickler about brushing teeth. And because it can cause a lot of cognitive issues. People don't realize that. You get freaking infections and stuff, disconnect, you know, and it can be really dangerous. Infection, oh, it's just can be gnarly. So anyway, it's always brush teeth, brush teeth. Mom always don't like to get up and go in to brush her teeth. Kitty, kitty. He's waking up. Oh, he just turned around. Aww. Anyway, so we have our own little system. Oh, Stanley. He was in a separate room. He couldn't hang out with everybody. It sucked. But it's over now. Anyway, we have our system. So she doesn't have any. And I'm always, you got any loose tooth? But I got, but, and there's some bleeding. And some bleeding. The dentist in a long time. But, and if she needed to go, I'd take her. She don't like going to the doctor, see, because she's had a lot of surgeries. And she had her stroke, and she don't like hospitals, and she don't like beeps, and she don't like pills, and she don't like all that stuff that they give you. So she always waits things out. Oh, and I'm the same way, and my dad's the same way. My dad was in a terrible accident. I was 12. I don't know how old he was. 13, 14, 11. No, how, 11? No, it was later. 14? 13, 14. Anyway, he was outside of Arizona and got crushed by some pipes, so cracked his egg, melon. So he was never the same person again either. Once cognitive, once there's a break in the map, things get rerouted, people aren't the same no more. And then Mom had her stroke, It's been the evolution of it has been interesting, but see, I tried for years, and then I gave up. I get tired of being the one making the effort, and then when I start doing little, okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, and then he drove truck, and then he got to the point that he stopped messaging when he passed through. Then I was like, okay, that's cool, So they haven't seen him in a few years, and I don't have any plans to see him anytime soon. And I don't know, people don't. It's weird to me that so many people have really cool parents, and they just don't even know it, and they treat them so crappy. It's so weird. I've seen that a lot too, that dynamic a lot. Like, dude, you get to do whatever you want, go wherever you want, whenever you want, and you still talk to them like they're shit. I'm like talking to people like, I grew up with people like parents with doctors and judges and all, just, what? I don't know. Maybe it's coming back. Hi from New Hampshire, Carrie Roach. Where we go when we go all. Hi, Margo. See if I don't know. Yeah, so Mom's teeth are in good shape. Thanks for reminding me. And I got the special stuff because she had some inflammation, and now it's gone down. And we rinse and stuff with hydrogen peroxide. Mom, do you like brushing? We used to do that. You used to brush with peroxide and like baking soda. Want to go back to that? Yeah? Sometimes? Hi, Cosmic Hillbilly. So, I don't know. Things get interesting. Because when I was a little kid, I always paid attention to what the elders said. Listen to their stories, A lot of them were bullshit, but a lot of them were true, And now, And when I started this channel, I started talking about, because I got the calling, like, all right, Marge, things are going to get real weird in 3 years. You got to start telling people now. So I did. And then I would tell the accounts of the story of my life as they were unfolding too in the midst of this, because being an IT help desk person, going to meetings all the time, very active lifestyle to nothing. I researched a lot of stuff, and I was going to the library and stuff too in Salem because we didn't have internet for a while. So I went up there to upload videos and stuff for a while. So I walked up there because my car got repoed. Just like life happening and just still trudging along and just doing the best I can, trying to keep Mom comfortable all the while, and the dogs. All 4. We had 5. Noble I found there, and he passed there, and he's buried under the pine tree there. Around my first dog bed that I made the frame. That's his. Noble is a good boy is what I wrote on it, so hopefully they'll leave that alone and let him rest in peace. He was a good dog, cute dog. He had little angel ears flopped in the ear. I held him for his last breath. I'm one of those. I help people. I'm there to let people know not to be scared, dude. Living is scary. The other side is not scary. Nobody should ever be scared. I think so many people are afraid to live because they're scared of dying. But if once they know there's nothing to be afraid of, once you pass on in this incarnation, no more pain. Oh my gosh. I did a meditate state today, and they were in... I was listening to Dolores, and this guy had an out-of-body experience, got electrocuted. He got struck by lightning, and he was dead for 28 minutes, and no more pain. Physical, emotional, nothing. That's why people out themselves, or like off themselves, because they can't stand the pain. My cookies help my pain. Dancing helps my pain. Staying limber. Man, that stuff they freaking shot into me when I was in the military. I got 6 anthrax vaccines in 3 months. You get 2 at a time. 1 in each arm. And I'm just little lady. I'm just little lady. Tiny little lady. I'm not a big old man. I already had a compromised endocrine system from birth. It's kind of traumatic for my mom. And my body knew it. So I came into a traumatic event because they cut her fucking uterus in half. Then I didn't even get to meet her until day 3 because she was recovering from surgery. So no, I don't think doctors are always right and rad and wonderful, and nurses are always great and freaking rad and wonderful. Some are cool, but not all. When she had her stroke, I freaking yelled at the nurses, and I was 15, and I'm freaking screaming I'm yelling at the nurses to get the doctor because she's yelling at the top of her lungs, and they were talking about, oh, she's probably just another, what did they call her? She's probably just overdosed on diet pills. Another one of those from Central Valley. And she don't do that kind of stuff. She never did. So, anyway, I got an episode of freaking The Good Doctor. It's my 3D realm. I started watching that show, and then he ended up with Leah, and I'm like, it gives me hope, man. If a weird kid like freaking Dr. Sean Murphy can find a nice freaking cool chick that drives a El Torino. I think it's a El Torino. I'm pretty sure it's a Starsky and Hutch car. Not whether an El Torino. I'll have to verify that. Anyway, then lo and behold, I think maybe there might be hope for me too. So, and then I watched a clip on Instagram. I was scrolling through, and it was like played a clip from this last episode, and And it was like the cliffhanger or the season finale or whatever. And I was like, well, I guess I really don't even need to watch the episode now because that was it. Congratulations. If Dr. Sean Murphy could be a parent, he's going to be a dad. Anyway. Gives me hope. Gives me hope. And it's weird how the storylines are really synchronistic to things that have happened into my life too. But that's how TV works when you find your frequency. You tune into things that you're like, and then you get little codes. It's kind of fun. But anyway, I think I've run my mouth long enough. What do you think, Ma? Ready to watch Longmire some more?
Yeah.
Done listening to me talk?
You talk well, Marge.
Ah, thanks, Ma. Anyway, so that's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace. Look, Mom, cat toes.
I noticed that.
Where are they? Dude. It makes me sad when people don't like cats. I love cats. I love my cat. I got a cool cat, dude. Stanley is a cool cat. He uses all the stuff I give him. Later.